When you were a kid, did anyone ever tell you a lie that they just thought would be a funny little lie to tell you, but then you wound up believing it for, like, the rest of your life? Or at least until you say it out loud in your 20s and someone is like, what the fuck? And you just sit there and feel really stupid? No? Okay, well then this is just a video about how stupid I am then. Here we go. When I was a kid, my older sister convinced me that if you locked eyes with yourself in the mirror for more than like 3 seconds, that you would just die immediately. That you would just keel over and just die. So, needless to say, this wound up resulting in me avoiding eye contact with myself in the mirror for probably the next, 5 years until I was 11 or so. I was doing my hair and decided to, I don't know, maybe I had a death wish. So I locked eyes with myself. And god damn it, I'm still alive. And also in that same vein of mirror myths, I guess, I don't know why my older sister told me so many myths and lies about mirrors, but whatever. She told me that if you stepped on a mirror, then you would just fall into another dimension. Obviously this didn't come up a lot because how often do you really step on a mirror? But I definitely wanted to try it, but was also sort of terrified of falling into another dimension and or accidentally looking myself in the eyes and dying. Like, what if it was like in the movies where I fall into the mirror dimension and then mirror dimension me takes over my life and won't let me have my life back and I'm trapped in the mirror dimension? I just couldn't take that risk. I don't know if you can tell by this point, but my older sister was a mean little kid. I guess all sisters are pretty mean to their siblings. But do most older sisters try to unteach their siblings how to read? Yeah, mine tried to feed me the wrong information on how to read. Like, I would read a word correctly, I'd say, that says do not enter. And she'd say, no, 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 no. That says I like cats. And I trusted my older sister, so, I just figured out a way to make it work in my little brain. Who knows how that actually affected my reading ability further on? Probably didn't. Not all of the lies came from my older sister, though. One of them came from my uncle, and I think this one is a little more common, but he told me that if you swallow watermelon seeds while you're eating them, that vines would start growing out your ears and your mouth and your belly button and every hole in your body. So, again, I just decided it wasn't worth the risk, and I didn't have watermelon for a solid few years after that. I'm still not a huge fan of watermelon, and I don't know if that's just some psychological trauma or if I just don't like watermelon, but I guess no harm, no foul. Probably the most traumatic lie that I remember anyone telling me, though, was the one my dad told me. I don't know if I've actually even told him that I remember this, but when we were going on a vacation for a week one time, we were gonna board our dogs at the local kennel, and I asked my dad what boarding dogs meant, and he told me it meant that they put each of their limbs into a tube and put a mask on their face and put them to sleep with gas, and that they just sit there in suspended animation for however long you're on vacation, and then you come back and get them. I know, right? That is probably the most fucked up lie I've ever heard anyone tell their kids. And Dad, if you're watching this, I love you. It's fine. We're all good now. But also, what the heck? I cried for like 30 minutes because I thought that we were going to put our dogs in a gas-induced suspended animation coma. And when my dad finally told me that he was kidding and that it just means that they're going to take care of the dogs for the week, I did not believe him because I thought he was just trying to make me stop crying. I thought he just wanted us to go on vacation so that he could gas up the dogs and I wouldn't care. But I knew what he was up to. He'd already told me the truth. They eventually convinced me by looking it up or asking someone else or something. I don't remember. I'm not really sure why my dad felt the need to tell me that one. Probably just thought it would be funny. It probably was.